Huh?
They're hills. I think they're off of like Circle Ranch.
Okay. What's going on? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Apex Vision TV. We are back. I know it's been a while with this whole coronavirus stuff going on, but we got a new episode for you guys today. You guys actually get to meet somebody. Turn the camera right here. That's my big bro, and he got a new car, man. So talk to us about how you ended up here.
Shoot. First and foremost, man, like, it's my little bro. Shit, man, I'm proud of what you're doing with the car movement.
Appreciate it, man.
Seeing you do your thing is definitely motivated me. But yeah, bro, so I've always been like a luxury car guy, man. You know, V6, you know, maybe like V8s at the most, but was never like really like muscle. I was all about like the look. So
What'd you have before you got this?
So I was always an Infiniti guy. So I had the G37. Yeah, G37. I had the Q50 when it first came out. So when it first hit the market, I want to say I might have been like the first people in Asia to actually have the Q50.
Okay.
So yeah, I was an Infiniti guy. Die hard, loved the Infiniti. I was actually looking at the Infiniti truck before I got this. Okay. But
so what exactly am I looking at? What year is it? Everything.
So 2017 Dodge Daytona Charger. It's an RT, so it's a 5.7 engine. But it's the Daytona series. So biggest difference is the inside. So I came from luxury cars, so I'm all about like the ride experience, audio, seats. So that's what made me really pick the Daytona series.
Biggest thing for me that makes it stand out, obviously, is the color. But if you walk around here with me, you got versus a normal one. I like this hood, this bulge in the hood, and then you have the matte black roof. Just the little details. How big are these wheels?
20-inch rims.
20-inch wheels. And you come around here, like I said. So I definitely think it stands out over a standard Charger RT. I'm a real big fan of the color, man. That's my favorite thing about it. He got some stuff planned, so he will be back. But we're gonna go on. I'm gonna ride back with him to the house, and I'm gonna talk to him about the interior, the way it rides, and that transition from a G35 or G37 Q50 to really a muscle. Before we hop in the car, talk to me about the interior a little bit.
Yeah, man. So one reason why I was really into the Daytona, big music guy. Like I said, I ride in my car a lot, so I like to be comfortable. Like to have good quality music. I came from a Bose system, so I'm not gonna lie, I was a little skeptical about the Beats audio throughout the whole entire car, but it's one reason why I picked this car in particular. And after having it, man, like it's up there with the Bose, man. Like it's damn good bass, good quality. I play my music loud all the time, and I'm happy with it.
How big is this? And I know you got something else planned for it, so
yeah. So I like what Dodge did with this. I feel like even with my Infiniti, there wasn't a lot of alterations you can make. You had to
a lot of room for improvement. It was kind of just
not gonna say room for improvement, but it was just like what was in the car was already in the car. Like, so with Dodge, this 8-inch subwoofer, it's actually pre-wired over here. So I already ordered another one of those, and I'm actually gonna get a 10-inch subwoofer up here, which is there's a spot already cut out and a hole already cut out to get wired. I gotta get another amp. But again, man, I think Dodge just like they knew that, you know, with this car, fast music was gonna be big. That's why they put the Beats into it, and that's kind of some of the plans I got coming with the car as far as enhancing it just a little bit more.
As far as exterior goes, you thinking about what else are you thinking about doing?
Oh yeah, so one thing about these cars, talking to my brother, him kind of put me on game, because it is a V8, sports engine. So, fun fact, so this RT is a step above the regular RT, and it actually comes with a cool air intake, a vent. Most RTs don't, but just to make sure that when I'm driving it, because I do drive fast, I'm actually going to take this grill off and get the actual 2019 grill that actually has the air vents right here on this part. So
like the Hellcat,
like the SRTs. Like I said, most of the new Chargers, they have them because, like I said, obviously like the sports mode was just introduced in this year. Most older RTs don't have it. So like I said, I know I drove out here from California, and I mean I got up to 140 miles per hour. So
okay,
yeah. So I mean it moves and it goes.
You thinking about doing wheels too, or?
I'm going back and forth on the wheels. Obviously, like you know me, I like to be like low key. So I think this might be enough for right now. I looked at some Forgiatos, but I don't know if I want. I think that might mess up the ride. Okay. So I think I might just leave the 20s and just kind of keep it like this for a while. And it looks good. I've always had a black car, so this is like different to me. And obviously the black rims, matte black accent. I fall in love with it more and more as I drive it.
Yeah. All right, so man, it's just funny to me because, like I said, my brother, he's real big on the black. You know me, I like more of that cherry red and the and then because he was gonna get a cherry red one, but then he ended up here with this mango orange, and I'm a real big fan of it, man. I think it pops in the right ways, but it's kind of subtle at the same time. With the black, man, I had to wear the HEMI shirt from my bro. Let's go ahead and go for a ride, man. We'll talk to you some more about it in there. Actually, one last thing. So before you ended up with this, what other Dodge options or what other cars were you looking at in general?
So I was looking at the Scat Pack, but the one that I liked was kind of out of my price range. So the biggest thing with me is I want to actually pay for my car cash. So this price point was right, look was right, everything was good. I was looking at the Audi A7 for a little bit, and I had looked at some Q60 Infinities, but like I said, I think for me, I wanted something different this time around.
Yeah, you don't want to get the same car.
Yeah, I've always had a luxury car. So you know, I test drove the wide body Scat Pack, the 2020.
So how could you feel that extra power?
You know what, man? I couldn't really tell the difference, to the truth be told, man.
You didn't drive it too hard?
Yeah, I mean, I drove it, but that made me fall in love with this one. And then once I found this one, man, I literally had went in. They were trying to sell me on 2020. I was like, nah, like this is the one I want. And funny story, I didn't even test drive this car, man. I literally gave them my money and I drove off the lot.
No, you were good to go.
Yeah.
I paused. I'm gonna get a start up and then we can go. Okay, so how does this interior compare? I know you were real worried about getting the chintzy interior in a Dodge compared to the Infiniti interior.
I mean, like I said, man, I was really impressed. I think for me, like all the functionality. So like if you go to the screen right here, Chrysler in general is big on this U app. One thing I like about it is like the vented seats, heated vented seats. So I gotta learn how to work my car. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
But so I've always had a car with like heated seats. Obviously, West Coast, it gets pretty hot, so these are like AC vented seats, man, where it actually
has cool
air that comes through.
Yeah.
Another big thing about this car that I like too is when you're driving at nighttime, it has that dimmer. So like sometimes, you know, you're driving and your tint is really dark. This actually helps that tint kind of lighten up, and you can actually see through the back window at nighttime, which is kind of dope to me.
Yeah, that's dope. All right, man. So the big one. And I know this was a huge concern for you. Gas, man. Talk to me about how the Q was on gas in comparison to this. And I know you said like there's a little bit of benefit to this because if you stay out of it, it's actually not that bad, right?
Yeah. So funny, like like I said, man, ever since I've had a car, I've paid for 91 gas. So my G37 used to be 80 bucks, 60 to 80 bucks to fill up. Same thing with the Q, 60, 80 bucks every time I go to the gas tank. So, you know, my dad had made a joke like, oh, I know you're getting tired of paying for that gas already, but good thing about this V8, man, is like once you get to a certain speed, it shuts down the 4 cylinders, and you know, I let it run out of gas all the way. It was only 40 bucks to fill up in Los Angeles, where gas is super high. Out here in AZ, it cost me about $30 to fill up. So I have no complaints about the gas mileage, man. Like obviously I cruise a lot, I don't drive super reckless, but it's going to vary on how you drive the car.
This does have a manual mode. I know when you had the Q, you were like less comfortable with it, but it's fun watching you like you actually use that mode. I think it makes the car a whole lot quicker, because that's the thing about this car. From my drive, it was like, okay, this is like a big cruiser, but if you put it in M mode, it'll actually get up and get going pretty good. Obviously, it's still a stock motor, but with exhaust and a tune intake, it definitely a lot of potential for some power. You think about doing any power mods, or are you kind of just chilling right now?
Nah, man, you know me, bro. I like to cruise. So I mean, it has. Again, I came from a 3.6 engine. This is a 5.7. So
how much power does it have? Around 378.
So 370. My last car had like 280 or 260. So it's a big jump for me. I'm glad I was looking at the 392s, which were 6.4, which was like 470 horsepower. Between me and you, I don't need that much car. I would get in a lot of trouble. And I mean, honestly, I couldn't imagine this car with that much more horsepower.
Another 110.
Yeah, man. I mean, I like this one goes like it moves.
And the thing, I watched a lot of videos. They talk about how like the Dodge is the 5.7 is actually pretty strong, and it's underrated actually from a horsepower perspective. You ain't got to.
Right, I took them off.
Yeah, it's actually pretty underrated from a power perspective. And again, D's not quite in the car like I am, so he's not going to want to supercharge it and do all that stuff. But I mean, down the line, we'll see what happens. I'm turning him into a car guy, so obviously I was hyped to see him get this car. When we get to the spot I forgot to show the interior stitching and the sport seats, which is really nice. They have the vents on them, but it is it's more than just the vents, like the way they look, and they kind of have bolstering, so it'll kind of actually hug you. So we gonna cruise back to the crib. I'm gonna do an outro, give you an update on my car situation, and then we just gonna enjoy the ride for now, y'all.
Hey, Dad.
So the interior, this is the interior, man. Not many speakers it has.
That's a great fucking question, man. I think it has around like 12 speakers in total. So we got 2 up here, 2 up here, 2 in the door, 2 in the front, actually 4 in the front door, and then 2 in the back door, and then we got the subwoofers in the back, and then we got the 6x9s as well.
Okay, so I mean, for me, the interior, I will say, it's definitely pretty nice. Shit. All right, that's it for today. Thank you guys for supporting, man. I know we kind of got behind with everything going on. I hope you guys are staying safe. But as far as everything goes with me, stay tuned. The next video is going to be a little bit different. Matt's going to be going in depth about these motorsports teams, because you know that's something I'm hugely passionate about. So stay tuned for that. Hoping to shoot that this week and get the episode out maybe next week, if not later on this week. As far as cars go, man, big shout out to Dat Lex. I'm gonna add his IG right here, but he's another GS300 guy. You know, I was going to sell him my intercooler set But man, I was talking to him about a headlight going out on the GS, one of the bulbs. And he was like, man, just put it on the car. Put the turbo kit on the car, right? So I'm talking to him and I started looking into it. Long as you keep the PSI low, long as you don't expect too much. So I think I'm going to install that. Man. Turbo noises, it'll be something I do myself. I figure that's better than selling it for dirt cheap and really just taking even more of a loss on it. I did make a priorities list of the stuff that I need. For sure, I want to lower the compression with the thicker head gasket. I want to do a transmission cooler, turbo blanket, maybe get the manifold ceramic coated. Then after that, you know, then I'll get a tune, change the fuel injectors, all that stuff. And that's what this part of the list is right here. But we'll see what happens, man. I still want to do a 1J, but like I said, it's better. It's hurting me every single time I think about how much money I've lost on the car. So I'll probably just gonna let my mom keep the Audi. I might get her another GS. Really, it just depends what she wants to do. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. Like I said, next video is gonna be the Lotus video talking about them as a company. But man, we appreciate the support. Obviously, with everything going on, we got behind a little bit, but we're still doing numbers. We're still getting new subscribers. If you're new, we appreciate it, man. Enjoy our back catalog while we catch back up on our new stuff. Apex Vision out.